That's how I get that ooh.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
What's goody, YouTube? How's everyone doing? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to yet another live reaction video. If you're new here for the first time, my name is TMR, and since you clicked on this video, you might as well subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave your comments down below, and enjoy this reaction video. What's goody, YouTube? What's good, TMR gang? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to yet another live reaction video. I'm your girl, TMR. Thank y'all so much for stopping what you were doing and meet me over in this damn break room, y'all. Oh boy. All right, y'all. Good Saturday morning to each and every one of y'all. We are back in the break room, honey, like we never left. We real early this morning, Vaughn, honey. We got Jasmine back in the video in the break room with some more landlord drama, honey. I did not think we were still going to be talking about this several days later. Yes, honey, we are early, y'all. Because I said, ooh, let's get up in here. Let's get up in here, honey. So she trying to make that check. Yes, she is, and using the poor landlord to make it. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not understanding what's going on. Like, you were told to leave the house. If we go by Jasmine's story, you were told to leave the house for whatever those reasons are. The landlord agreed there will be no penalties for you leaving before your lease end. If we go based off what she's telling us, you are hoping that you can get a security deposit back. You're not going to get all of it back because Jasmine has confirmed and acknowledged that there were damages to the house, and she realizes there's going to be some money taken out. So me personally, typically when you are waiting to get a deposit back, it's typically like a 30-day process. Okay. You don't get the deposit back immediately. You get a 30-day time frame. Okay. So within that 30 days, most people, especially if you feel like you're going to get a deposit back, they're just somewhere being real quiet, just waiting on the landlord to do their final walkthrough, assess the damages, give you an itemized statement, and then let you know what your return is going to be. Typically, while you're waiting for that refund, most people don't get on the internet and trash talk their landlord. Most people don't do that unless you know you're guilty. People who really didn't do anything had a pretty much, again, you guys got to remember, Jasmine lived in that house for 3 years. If her landlord was such a nightmare, and if her landlord's wife was such a nightmare, why did you renew your lease? When your lease was up, why you just didn't leave? Obviously, the landlord and his wife weren't as bad as Jasmine's trying to portray now. But see, this is why you can't deal with ignorance, because ignorant people say and do ignorant things. And I'm sorry, Jasmine's behavior on this internet is very ignorant, in my opinion. Because again, if the landlord was such a horrible person, if the landlord is like Sky's Life was telling us, since you wouldn't have stayed there for 3 years, renewing leases, you would have got out. You would have left, right, Treese? Why stay? Cree said they gave her damn brand new fridge 2 times, moving in, replacing it from the first spot. True. Not only that, you moved into a house that came equipped with a washer and dryer. Not no raggedy, old-timey washer and dryer, an actual modern washer and dryer. They equipped your house with that. Some people take those type of appliances out and some people leave them in, but they left them in there for you. Now, here's the thing. Jasmine needs to concentrate on more of the fact that she had to pay so much to move into the house. I'd have been scared to give somebody that type of money. I'd have been too nervous because I would have felt like at the end of our agreement, it's going to be some funny business. And I ain't got time to be losing money. Melanie says $7,000 deposit is crazy work. Yes, it is. That's why they wouldn't have got that from me. But then you got to also remember, if we go off what Jasmine told us, she was having a really hard time back then, 3 years ago, finding a place to live. Again, somebody with damaged, bruised credit, and we're not making this up about her credit. Jasmine got on a live stream about 2 months ago and was going through her credit karma while she was on live stream and was telling the people things that were on her credit. For somebody who has a horrible credit history, Jasmine, in my opinion, should feel blessed that she was able to move into a fairly new home. Because now, with that same credit and the money that she manages to make every month off social media, she's moved into a house that's not as modern as the house she moved out of. Now, she claims she can afford this house more comfortably than the house she just moved out of. But the reality is, you were able to get a house based off your credit. And again, what are we complaining about? That is a down payment on a house. I'm not giving anyone $7,000 to move into anything unless it's mine, signed, sealed, and delivered. I'm sorry. There are plenty other places that you can move into that's not going to cost you that much. But Jasmine at the time was trying to please Chris, and she wanted Chris to think that she can handle it, that she was balling out of control. And again, for somebody who can't handle $2,000, $2,500 a month rent, does not continuously stay in that home for 3 years. That's all we're saying. That again, this is Jasmine's story, and she can tell it however she wants to tell it. However, the people listening to it don't have to believe everything you say. Virgo Diva said, Jazz lies so much. We don't know how much she paid for her deposit, but what we seem to mutually agree on is she shouldn't get anything back. And that's true, Virgo Diva. We don't know how much she paid unless the landlord himself do a YouTube live stream or put up a video, which the landlord's not going to do that. Right? Because the landlord doesn't care about the internet like that. He doesn't have to prove a point because that man, he owns that home. That's his property. So he doesn't have to prove a point to the naysayers, right? It's Jasmine who keeps getting on this internet acting as if she's proving a point. In my opinion, it's pointless. You said you think she might have paid a $2,000 deposit. That's possible. I live in Michigan. Kate Blue says a $2,000 is a mortgage payment. Yeah. $2,000 is a mortgage payment, not just in Michigan, but in several other states in the 50 United States. Letitia says, did she forget the landlord still had to do a walkthrough to see all the damage before they give her back that deposit? Well, apparently the landlord has been to the house. And that's why we're going to get into $1,000 light bill conversation that Jasmine talked about in her most recent live. Okay. You said the deposit was $2,150. Okay. So we'll see. All right. How does everyone know so much about the landlord and his wife? Inspired by Ebony Love? I have no earthly idea. I don't know. But everybody in the chat seems to know a whole lot. I don't know. Unless Jasmine is spilling the tea. But again, you can't really believe a lot what Jasmine says. Some of the things she says is true and some of the things are not. That's just Jasmine. We've learned that over the years. You said, where would Jasmine get $7,000 cash from? YouTube and everything else that she does. Like, y'all got to always remember Tennessee Hennessy. Although Jasmine likes to jump on this internet and act like she's destitute, she's poor, downtrodden, she's far from that. Philip himself, Philip, her baby daddy of her first 4 oldest children, told us a couple of years ago when he first got out of prison that Jasmine is a miser. He said Jasmine is very tight with her money. I know that for a fact because I sat there in that live stream in the bushes and heard him say that. And it was funny when Philip said it because I was thinking, that's what I've always thought. You guys know I've always said that. I said, y'all, Jasmine's not cheap, or excuse me, broke. Yeah, she's not broke, because a person that's broke and complains about what they're doing is not generating enough income does not continuously do the same thing that does not generate them continuous or enough income for over 10 years. Think about it, y'all. If you're working at a job and that job, what that job pays you per hour does not help you live comfortably, do you continue to work at that job knowing that you can barely pay your rent and bills? No. You do what? You either go find another job that pays more, or you go get a part-time job to go with the full-time job so you could try to live a little bit more comfortable. Jasmine has never done any of those things. So to believe that Jasmine is downright destitute is not believable. It's not. Now, is she over there living in a lot of luxury? No, she's not. But she's not what she said in a lot of her videos, on the brink of living in a shelter. You said Frog definitely said that, and he said it more than once. Frog did say that, J-Day. CR said, but she spends too much on rent and stuff. Yeah, but she spends too much on it because she can afford to spend it. She makes the money to spend it. Okay? That we all know. Hey, Nearly. You said you don't understand her mindset. Most of us don't. That's why we get over here and we talk about it in the break room. So I don't want to hold up the live anymore. We got 331 in the chat. We're going to go ahead and let Jasmine talk for herself in this most recent video or live stream that she put out. And I want y'all to pay real good attention to the things that she is saying in this video. It's almost... Hold on. I want to make sure I have the right video. Oh, this one is the wrong one. So apparently she must have did another video after the landlord debacle video talking about Olivia thinks she ate. I said, no, you're not arguing with Olivia again. Let's be honest, y'all. When she was beefing with Olivia a few months ago, that's how she was able to get the money to move into this house. Okay. Jasmine knows what to do because she's been doing it for so long. Oh, that's what she was talking about last night, Vaughn? Okay, well, I missed that one. I'm not going to watch that one. I want to talk about this one, the $1,000 light bill video. That's what I want to talk about. The manufactured beef between her and Olivia, I'm so over that. I don't want to talk about that. Pay attention to the sound effects in this video. Pay attention to Jasmine crunching like she's eating a bowl of Captain Crunch, but yet she says she's eating salad and okra. Pay attention to her mouse sliding across her desk as if she shouldn't have a mouse pad. Pay close attention to these very weird sound effects from her.
Hey y'all, a salad and some okra. I put it in the air fryer, and it just looks different. I should have sprayed them, but they taste good still. Oh, oh, sorry y'all.
No, she didn't put salad in the air fryer. She put her okra in the air fryer.
Thank you.
Instead of sniffing, why don't you blow your nose, you toddler? Jasmine is so irritating. Instead of sitting there sniffing your nose, why don't you blow it? My God.
I was trying to wait till everybody came in so we can talk. Because I guess some people feel some type of way about the fact that I have a registry, I guess. And I was just like, okay, I'll just come on here and talk to you guys and hear why people feel some type of way.
Jasmine, you know why people feel some type of way. People are tired of you begging. The reality is, you just moved from one house to another. Why does that warrant a registry? Why do people have to keep buying you brand new stuff every time you move, you moron? Like, Jasmine, you are a moron at this point. Like, you have no couth about yourself. How come you just can't move and just move? Like, that's what people are trying to wonder. Like, girl, just move. Like, why do you need brand new comforter sets and air fryers and crock pots? Don't you just said in this video that you put your okra in the air fryer without putting oil on it. So why do you need another air fryer? Like, obviously it's operable, you just used it, but yet on your registry you have a new air fryer on there. Jasmine, your behavior is ridiculous. Maybe some people don't feel like it's ridiculous, but I do.
You know, I made it clear as day that no one is obligated to get anything on my registry. Like, I'm not forcing you to do nothing. Like, you know, people ask and I put stuff on there.
Jasmine, if people are not obligated to buy off your registry, then why put the obligation out there? Think about it, sis. Why put the registry up there and then say people are not obligated? Because what you do know, Jasmine, you know that you're able to finesse some of the people that support you, but you can't finesse all of the people. Like, put your registry up and have no explanation about it. Like, the reason why you keep talking about the registry is because you want it to be a conversation so people can share it and more people can come and feel some type of sympathy or empathy for you and be compelled to buy things off your registry. The reality is, bed in the bag sets for your, damn near grown children should be the responsibility of you and the father of those children, not people who are not related. Again, we understand gifts. We understand that. It's not our fault that you choose to throw everything away every time you move, Jasmine. It's not our fault that you don't buy the things that you need or you don't spend good money on quality things for your home so they can last for years and years. That's not our fault, Jasmine. That's your fault. But you want the internet to take care of you. And it's very odd that you feel like the internet should not only watch you and give you a way to make income by not leaving your home, but then you also feel that the internet should gift you whenever you feel the need for gifts. That's the oddity of your conversation, in my opinion. You
Hey,
want an
Marilyn.
official total count, Sunshine?
Sorry, y'all. My allergies is bad. And I forgot.
Jasmine, why you couldn't finish eating before you went? Never mind.
That we had like that dust storm thing. My mom reminded me.
I think that was Chrissy, love. Chrissy and Olivia both experienced it.
Oh my God. I don't know what your comment says.
That's true, Nasha.
Why is my computer doing this? Not my y'all know what happened? I thought this was funny. Not funny, but I thought it was crazy. My landlord went to the house yesterday and everything. And, you know, of course the lights were on, but they were only on for that day. I had them scheduled. I scheduled that a long time ago. It was like the lights aren't on. Even back today. And I said, sir, I transferred them. Of course. I scheduled them to be turned off on that day. I'm not going to keep paying in 2 locations. This man told me to turn my lights on. So you obviously haven't had lights. I said, now that doesn't make any sense. I have kids. My job is from home. So how can I not have lights? And you went there yesterday and the lights were on. You went at nighttime too.
Okay, I'm confused on this comment. Why is the landlord demanding that she turn the lights back on while they use the electricity to fix up what she destroyed? Personally, in my opinion, and from my experience, when you get your utilities shut off at that house, especially if it's a scheduled move, so the landlord or property owner is fully aware that you're going to be leaving on whatever date that you guys agreed upon, the landlord would then transfer the utilities back into their name. That's typically how it works. I don't understand why she's telling us the landlord went to the house and demanding her to turn the utilities back on in her name. Why would the landlord demand that? That didn't sound logical to me because, again, it typically doesn't work like that.
Thank you.
Katie says she lying, sis. Simple.
I was just like, you could put
Black Callie says she
the
lies.
name, my wife's name. He was telling me to turn them back on. I'm like, no. Then he was showing me the holes. I said, okay, you can get a kit. You can take that out of my deposit. The one behind the door.
So the landlord was showing you the holes in his walls. And you just shrugged your shoulder, said, okay, well, just go buy a kit. Take it out of my deposit. Well, if it was that simple, why didn't you patch the holes while you were living there for 3 damn years? A nightmare. Jasmine, you're a landlord's nightmare. You're going to do the people that own this home, you're going to do them the same way. Watch.
He said the one behind the door is going to cost you $500. I laughed. I said $500, really? He was like, yes, $500. So
she said she laughed. This nightmare of a tenant said, "Huh, okay, you got holes in your walls, and them your walls, not mine." Baby, a mess.
mind you, because I was organizing my garage, and I was going through purses that I had in the garage, and I haven't looked in. I was looking through a wallet. I found my receipt for the deposit. The other one was made. How did I make the first one? It was through the bank or a Cash App. But my deposit, I found every receipt. I remember that day. I was stressing out trying to get that dang, because he wanted this.
You made a deposit using Cash App? Well, how did you get the money on the Cash App to make the deposit? Because didn't you tell us you got a video when you were going to HEB to get the money order? You said Chris brought you the money. So how were you able to make the first deposit with Cash App? How did you get the money? Did you put it in your account and transfer it to your Cash App? When you did a video, said you were going to get a money order. We reacted to that video. I'm not going to pull it up now because for the ones who remember. This girl lies so much.
Certain way, and then I had to do the most to get it that way. It was so annoying.
Right, Ashley Bash.
I found it. I haven't got my shots in 2 weeks. Did you take pictures of all the damages? Yes, I did. I even recorded it. It's in a vlog. I haven't posted it. Well, not the damages, but I took pictures of it anyway.
It's a simple fact that there were damages for you to take pictures of. Like, Jasmine, do you not realize that when you move into homes, the goal is not to tear it up? This is the same woman when she moved into the apartment after Philip went to jail and she moved out of her mama's house, destroyed that for the little time she was there. She was only there a couple of months. When she moved into the first apartment, maintenance was so sick of her ass because they were over there damn near every week. There was an incident with her two oldest children, her two daughters, where they were fighting in the bedroom and busted out the bedroom window. Jasmine told us that and showed us that. Her two oldest daughters at the time, they were like, I don't know, 6 and 4 or 5 and 3. They were fighting in the bedroom and busted out the bedroom window. This is the type of tenant she is.
Before I left,
said $1,000.
Going there and carpet cleaning and shit, I was just, you need to turn the lights on. You haven't had your lights on for a long time. Sorry, you were just at the house, the lights were on. How can I have my lights on for a long time? That makes no sense.
Sure did, Pure Area. Broke the mirror on the glass door.
Makes
Matter
no
of fact, she
sense.
had them to take it off. Because they kept
Y'all wanna
breaking
see
the
how
mirror
okra
on the
turned
glass
out?
door in the
Because I
apartment.
didn't spray it with anything. It still tastes good though. But he said the door, he said the wall. I said you can go get you a $50 kit or something. It's about $500. I laughed. I said, no, it's not.
But if he said it's $500, how you gonna say it's not? He could put a price on whatever damages he want. You can't say you could go get a $50 kit. No, what he should have said, nah, heifer, you should have went and got a $50 kit. I'm charging your ass $500. What you gonna do about it? Nothing.
That's exactly what I said.
Do y'all hear? Do you guys hear this girl? Is she purposely amplifying the crunching? Oh my God. When I was laying down last night listening, I was like, I instantly, I'm going to use Jasmine's word, got annoyed. I was like, girl, what are you crunching on? Is that a bowl of cereal? She said it's salad. Well, that's some fresh ass lettuce because, baby, that lettuce is crunchable.
Mm-hmm.
S&M.
And that's his fault. He shouldn't have put the house up for rent while I was still. And that's another thing I told him because it was other things he messaged me. So I'm gonna talk about it because I feel like his wife is just that type of person. So, the day that they came to my house, I was talking to him and asking him about the bird's nest, and he was about to give me, like I said, a referral to somebody, and she cut him off and said, "No, you need to take care of that by yourself." Then later, continue that whole conversation to the backyard. She said, "I want you at my house." Which that bird nest and the grass was the last thing on my mind at that time. But I was going to cut it. But she was just annoyingly asking me to leave. But I was like, I'm not doing that.
Child, the whole time she ate this meal, not one time did she pick up a napkin and wipe her mouth or wipe her hands. She goes from picking up the food off her plate to taking that same hand, maneuvering the mouseless mouse pad on her desk and go right back and then she wondered why her face all broke out. Girl, because your hygiene is in the toilet, ma'am.
Nothing until I give me the copy of my lease I need. I did not get evicted. I got a lease termination. It says I can leave without paying any
Ebony,
dues.
it's horrible. Oh God.
Cause I said I made sure I ain't finna mess up my credit. And I'm very aware of things now, how things work.
You're right. She doesn't buy paper towels and napkins. I don't think I've ever seen Jasmine do a haul where she said, I got a roll of paper towels or I got a stack of I don't think you're right. She doesn't. How do you do that with 5 kids? You don't buy paper towels. Paper towels is essential in my household. It's essential. Child, paper towels sit right on the corner of the cabinet as the folks is fixing their plates, baby. Everybody snatch a paper towel or two on as they're walking out the kitchen.
Standard door. It was just a regular door. And honestly, the door, was it that door? I think it was that door. Initially had like a hole in it. You know how you can tell when someone covers up a hole? It has like that white stuff on it. So it already had that stuff on the wall, on the door, I mean. Hey, Maria. Woo.
Oh my God. Not the guzzle of the coldest water bottle. Girl, you are so manly.
I'm filming a cooking video for y'all today. What the hell? For y'all today. God. Excuse me. Because what was I just trying to say?
Nothing. Paper towels are just as essential as toilet paper. Child, if you buy toilet paper, you automatically buy paper towels. I mean, they work hand in hand.
Oh, this one's cheaper.
Wait, scratch that. they don't necessarily work hand in hand. Let me rephrase that because I don't want y'all to think TMR over here wiping her booty with paper towels. But what I mean is, if you're buying toilet paper, you're buying paper towels too, because you need paper towels to wipe up messes, wipe your hands, clean your windows. Yeah, you use paper towels for a lot of things. Obviously, you use toilet paper for essentially one thing, but paper towels is multi-purpose. You know, a lot of people use paper towels to clean up with in their kitchen, or clean their windows, or you know what I'm saying, clean out the refrigerator, and you know, instead of using your rag that you wash your dishes with. So but we all can pretty much agree to, I don't think I've ever seen this girl buy paper towels. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it.
Like, when I tell y'all, when I say, baby girl, I was trying to get out the house. Like, I don't even think I grabbed all my food. I grabbed what I could fit in my car because I didn't have the truck for a long time. So whatever I could fit in my car, I got it. And
yeah, she's not including labor. She's not including labor in the repairs. That's because Jasmine doesn't do labor. That's why.
I was trying to get out. She was bugging me, and I was just like, bro, okay, let me hurry up. Even though there wasn't no date or nothing like that, but it was just
Arturia.
Persistent. Okay. 21st came. My rent not even due on 21st. That's nothing. It was due on the 1st, but I always paid it on the 21st.
So you always paid your rent on the 21st. So on July 21st, your rent, you say you pay your rent, but you knew you was going to be gone by the end of the month. So when you came on here on July 26th and asked the people to donate to help you find a place, essentially you had already secured the place and had paid for it, because the 21st of July, you didn't pay any rent. Okay, girl.
This man just messaged me. Let's see what he said. Oh, he is a lie. That's a lie. He said, they said $1,000 are due on this, and there is a hold to not let it be switched to our account. That's a whole lie. $1,000, my lights would have been off. They would have been off, baby. $1,000.
That's not true, Jasmine. You live in Texas, Austin, Texas. The temperature in Texas, the last, I don't know, July, it's been over 100 degrees. You've told us that in many videos, that it's been hot. My daughter lives in Texas. I know how hot it's been in Texas. So it's safe to say that you probably did have $1,000 light bill. I mean, 1 month probably ran you $300-400. Because remember, Jasmine, your house was total electric. So cooking, hot water tank, AC that never cuts off. Yeah, it's possible after 2 months of not paying your bill that it could have been close to $1,000. I don't think the landlord is lying about that. So what it sounds like is maybe in Austin, they have one utility provider. And that's why the landlord is saying, I can't even switch the lights in my name because there's a hold on your account because of the high bill. And wherever Jasmine moved to, that area is deregulated. So she can use another utility company aside from the one she was using when she lived in the suburbs of Austin. So she did not pay the bill because she didn't need to take those lights with her. Wherever she moved to, she could choose her light company, so she started fresh.
On a light bill? Baby, they turn them off at $300. $1,000? That's funny. Hilarious. $1,000. You said I need to pay that. How could there be a hole in my lights on
Exactly,
over
pure
here?
area. Girl, you can turn that head to the side all you want to, Jasmine. You trifling. You did just what I said. Wherever you move to, they didn't have one utility company. You more than likely moved to a deregulated area where you can choose your utility provider. So in your mind, you was like, bump this $1,000 light bill I didn't accumulate it, because you more than likely you were calling the light company every month, maybe giving them $150, $200 and making payment arrangements that you never satisfied. So once you found the place and knew that you didn't have to take that light company with you because you're not in that area, you just left the bill as it is. So when the landlord went to go switch the utilities into his name, they was like, whoa, hold on. We got an unpaid bill here. And the landlord was probably like, yes, but the tenant moved. They was like, oh, okay, but some of this bill got to be satisfied. Now, because he's the owner of the home and he rents his home out, trust me, he was probably able to make some arrangements with the company. Might have had to talk to the supervisor and got that rectified, and probably didn't have to pay any money, because they understand that tenants like Jasmine and others out here do stuff like that. The utility companies are fully aware of how this works. So because he's the owner, and he probably more than likely had to take the deed down there to the utility company to prove that he's the owner, he was able to get around that. But initially, when he sent Jasmine that message, he probably wasn't to the point where he could do what I just explained. So initially, he was hit with, oh, well, we're going to put a hold because this $1,000 been here for several months and somebody got to pay this because we losing money. But probably after he sent Jasmine that message, he probably figured a way around the situation and got it done.
Come on. My lights are currently on. They are on over here. That makes no sense.
Of course they're on in another person's name.
About. Yeah, they're trying to give me the deposit back. I already know how.
Think about it, y'all. Y'all really think Jasmine's going to put lights in her name because she know people can find her that way? Jasmine's lights are on, but it's in somebody else's name.
But what is he talking about?
Right, Christina?
Because, baby.
Hey, Newton.
Welcome to 344 in the chat. Double tap. Yes, go ahead and double tap the screen.
You know what's sad about it, though? We understand that people got to finagle their way through life. Like, unfortunately, right now, we live in an economic time where people got to finagle. They got to make payment arrangements. They got to pull money from one area to move it to another. Now, everybody's not living like that, but the reality is there are a lot of people. And what Jasmine should have done was been a little bit more transparent with her audience. Because I guarantee you, if they sit and listen and agree with everything else she says, they definitely would have found no fault in her saying, yeah, I had $1,000 light bill, but I ain't had the money. Shoot, y'all, I had to hurry up and find me a place to stay. So I got a new utility provider. So I said, bump that bill because I ain't had no $1,000 to pay for somewhere I'm not going to live at. I guarantee you, if she would have said that, her audience would have been like, yeah, girl, I know that's right. But yeah, that she wants to make it like, I had $1,000 bill. Oh no, how could that be? I have lights on where I'm at. Yes, because you put it in somebody else's name.
Call the energy company and get some documentation. Baby, I don't even the thing is that he's saying don't make no sense. Because my lights, even if, let's just say hypothetically, my lights, because it still don't make sense. My lights are just on. I scheduled to turn them off over there because I was paying them in two places. So hypothetically, I didn't pay my lights, and they turn the lights off. And if somebody else moves into the house, they pay the light. They get the lights on in their name. None of that makes sense. We're not under the same light, people. I paid my lights under my name. When I moved into the house, the lights wasn't on. The lights turned off when I moved into that house.
The lights didn't turn off. The lights typically don't turn off. They just switch ownership, Jasmine. Just like in the apartments. It's this now. In the apartments, it could be different because the apartments have a standalone order where the lights are always on. When you move into an apartment, years ago when I moved into an apartment, the lights were already on. I just called them and switched ownership from the apartments to my name, right? So with Jasmine's situation, it could be where it's not a standalone order because it's not like apartment complex. So it could have been, she could be telling the truth and she had them to turn them off, but she's still owed. They'll cut your lights off, but she's still owed. So when the landlord went to transfer them back in his name, that's when he was made aware that there was a block because of the high bill that wasn't paid.
I had to get the lights on over here. So I had to turn them off over there. They turned mine off for $80. That's why I said $1,000, sir. What? Whew, child.
DCR, exactly.
Small claims court and get your deposit back. I agree. They want more money.
Girl, you're not taking nobody to small claims court. Girl, what they can sue you for? Girl, you better leave well enough alone. You better stop letting that check gas you up.
I'm about to be like, you know, that makes no sense. Hold on.
Right, pure area. Jasmine was living in Georgetown, which is the suburb of Austin. They have one utility provider. Thank you, pure area. Like what I just said.
Please hear my lights are off. Like, my lights are currently on. Right now. At transferred all my lights.
J-Day.
Wait, I transfer all over.
Y'all want to know why she's still talking to the owner? Because she thinks she's going to get some of that deposit back.
Disconnect. When did I schedule disconnect? On the 8th. I really scheduled. Is it the 8th? Or was it the 9th? I don't know. I'm going to put the 8th. No, I think it was the 9th. Oh, I didn't even know. I'm going to put 8th.
684 in the chat. 5 says the likes are not liking. Y'all, I don't feel like tussling this morning. Y'all go ahead and hit the like button. Let's get up to at least 300 likes. Damn, when did I have to start begging for likes? I normally don't have to do that. It must be a different crowd in the bushes.
They're nice. I don't know. I have to look at the email.
Rashida, okay. Right, Brianna. Thanks, Dara.
Okay.
All right, y'all. We got 228 likes. Let's get up to 300. I'm gonna pause for a minute. Let y'all get y'all thoughts together, and then we'll go on with the reaction. Let's go and get 300 for this good early morning reaction video from the break room. Jazz is very entitled. She plays on her sub's heartstrings. Trust and believe it's probably a handful of people that are convinced by the things that Jasmine says. The majority of the people that sits in her chat, sits in the bushes, maybe pops down every now and then and says something to make Jasmine look and sound stupid. But I personally feel like the majority of her chat is already up on game. They just watch Jasmine because they enjoy the train wreck. First Lady, thank you so much for the $9.99 super chat. You said, as an attorney, I would advise Jazz to stop speaking on her landlord and his wife. Jazz telling her platform that they are racist is damaging. They could take her to court and sue her. Oh, and good morning, y'all. Well, good morning, First Lady 2007, baby. Thank you so much for your $9.99 and your expertise, sis. Y'all, are we at 300 likes so I can start the live back? Because I don't like doing that. I just feel like I don't like doing stuff like this. But, every now and then you got to shake the trees on the limbs. Or the leaves, excuse me. Okay. We need 10 more people, y'all. We got 10 more. We got 695. We got 692. 695 in the chat. 292 likes. Oh, Lord, I don't like doing stuff like this. Y'all going to get the likes up. Get it up to 300 and we're going to continue. 702 in the chat. Okay, we need 5 more likes. Now, what 5 people go? Oh, there we go. 307. Let's go. Hey, why y'all must like being handled rough. Why do y'all? I don't like people to handle me rough. I just do what I gotta do so I can keep the show going.
Oh yeah, I screenshot everything. He said, "Can you make the electric payment?" I'm just looking at these messages. The door will be $500. He said, if it's lesser than good. Baby, he took a picture of the bird's nest. He said the air filter, it needs to be dust.
Right,
what else? The hole, 2 holes.
Thank you, with love.
He said he's booking Saturday for a junk company. He said, "Who said I'm keeping your money?"
Hey, Kamala.
He said, "Are you good with us throwing away the leftover stuff?" Of course, you rushed me out the house. And I just, the door handle from the garage door.
I'm just trying to figure out, why is the landlord, not the wife, but the husband, why does he handle Jasmine with kick gloves? Jasmine, were you over there sleeping with the landlord? Because it seems like he tried to handle you a little bit different than the wife. The wife don't give a damn about you. Once upon a time she did. Over the last 3 years, she decided she hates your guts. But the landlord, he still want to, I don't know, sound like he want to feel on your booty over there or something. What's going on, sis? Spill tea.
The door handle for the bathroom door. All you got to do is screw it back in. Them door handles kept coming loose since I've been in that house. Screw it in.
She's texting him, y'all.
He called himself trying to send me videos, but he's making my phone extremely...
Not what, boo?
Like, he sent videos of random things. The stopper. Okay, I already took pictures of that when I first moved into the house. Okay.
Yeah, if the door handles were loose, why didn't you just screw them in? Or instead of calling the landlord, telling him, other things, Jasmine, y'all effed up the plumbing over there. You wouldn't change the air filters. Like, Jasmine, you were a nightmare of a tenant.
The door, I mean, the sink stopper, it was broken. I had to buy another one because that damn thing was broke. But okay. And he sent me 12 videos.
Man, no, that man didn't send you 12 videos. He was pissed. Shit, we should send him videos of Legend running all over that house like a Tasmanian devil. He might would understand then. That's true, S&M. The carpet alone.
It's too many messages up here. Because his wife, I had to like literally put myself in like, Jasmine, don't say nothing. Oh, look. Legend's little friend. She wants to do a play date when she gets her kids in her.
Even if she denied receiving them, the fact is the matter is the landlord has videos and receipts.
Some of that stuff is literally normal wear and tear of a home. They are nitpicking at this point.
It's their home. They're allowed to nitpick. It belongs. You could tell a person who's never owned a home, it's their home. They're allowed to nitpick. Yeah, it's their home. The reality is people probably would be more overcritical than you, especially when the stuff belongs to them.
Crazy 3 years he was there. He come. So when people were harassing me, I could have said no, but I said okay. Like I could have been like, no, you can't come to my house. But he came in the house. We had a whole, and it was like I said, I get disrespectful when I feel like I'm being attacked. And so people were saying stuff, and he would say weirdest things. Like, it wasn't even him. I can't say him. I can't sit here and say him. It was his wife. They walked around the house, and she was like, oh, okay. And then why does that matter? Now he asked me who was my light provider. Why does that matter? So they walked around the house, and she was like, the cabinet didn't close. I was like, ma'am, there was a lunchbox right there. I said, my kid's lunchbox is right there. She said the kitchen looked yellow. So what did I do? I went and replaced the lights that were originally in the house, in the kitchen, and spent $40 on them damn lights and climbed up there and replaced those lights so the kitchen didn't look yellow no more. What else did she say? Oh, she wanted me to move to.
So this is how you solve situations like this moving forward. When you're an owner and you want to rent your properties out to tenants, this is how you secure this problem. You write in the clause of the lease that you will do either semi-annual, every 90 days inspections. Now, is that real comfortable for the tenant? No. But think about it, y'all. Think about if you're a tenant who paid a high deposit to move into a home. And if you allowed the landlord to come every 90 days or every 6 months just to do a thorough walkthrough, it essentially save you conversations that Jasmine's having now. Again, I know it doesn't feel comfortable of the landlord coming over your house every 90 days, just making sure his house ain't tore up. But if you're a good tenant, you don't mind that because you know that you're not going to do anything wrong. And then it will save you the grief at the time that you decide to no longer live in the home. When you're moving out at the end of that 30 days, you can get whatever amount of your deposit that you can get back. You don't have to do what Jasmine allegedly is doing, arguing with the landlord. Think about that, y'all.
Stuff from the garage. That was it. So they did come inspect the house. And that's whenever I was telling them about the damn garage door. I was like, can someone fix this door?
Every
that was
6
one
months.
thing. And then I said,
said she does that.
Doesn't, screws ain't in there. I was struggling to open it. I said that numerous amounts of times. That was the only time they came into the house. And she just kept saying the cabinets in the kitchen looks yellow. She was real persistent on that. And I'm like, bro, these lights were in the house when I moved here. Like, I can't, what you want me to do? And it was like, when they came, it was nighttime. So I'm just like, okay, let me replace the lights, the daylight lights, and spend $40 only just to take. I should have took them motherfuckers out and took them with me. But I wouldn't know where to put them at.
I agree, Dara. I agree. Don't just pop up. Now, obviously, you guys, if you move into a home where the landlord has a clause in the lease where he's going to come every 6 months or every 90 days, obviously he would have to schedule that time with you. He can't just pop up, because I'm going to be honest with you. If you, as the landlord, you just pop up at my house, you're not getting in, okay? You're not getting in because you need to let me know prior to you coming when you're coming so I can be ready for you. Either I'm here or I have somebody here while you're here. I agree.
Well, some of his complaints fall under normal wear and tear as the electric was. Yeah, and now he's asking me what's my light. Why would he ask me that? Have a safe and like, thank you.
She did know, Virgil.
He should know who the provider is. Didn't he just say you owe $1,000? It's a good question. That's a good one.
Okay, since that's a good question, right? He should know who the provider is if he knew you owed $1,000. So why did you say he just asked you who's your provider? Y'all got to understand, we're not looking at what she's allegedly looking at. Jasmine could just be lying, saying that's what he's responding back. Because you notice once the person in the chat said that and she read it, she had no explanation to that.
Unless he pulled an old provider that I had whenever I was with, Philip and them. Philip.
Why would the landlord pull an old provider from when you were with Philip? Girl, you was with Philip 7 years ago. Jasmine, hush.
He didn't come every 6 months. That was the only time that man came out there, and I guess you could say did an inspection. The second time, whenever they asked me to leave, if I could leave, his wife.
That's all she
honestly,
had to do.
She didn't even have the power to do that, but they just showed up to the house and said and sent me a message and said we're in front of your house. And then she was asking to come in. I'm like, ma'am, my kids is here, and it was literally crazy. I was trying to get ready to go, but they never came. I paid them early. I always paid them early, other than that one time. Yeah, I could have gave him a problem.
No, you obviously didn't pay your landlord early. Let's go back, y'all. Let's go back to January 2nd of 2024. If you've been watching this reaction since I started, you heard Jasmine say that she always paid her rent on the 21st. So on December the 21st, you would have paid your rent, I'm just going to assume, for January. But on January 2nd of 2024, you came on this internet. We have a reaction video that proves that, asking the people for money to pay your rent. You said Chris ran off with the plug. You said Chris was supposed to give you $553 to pay your damn rent. So apparently you don't pay your rent on time. And I highly doubt that you're going to say January the 2nd was the one time that you didn't pay it ahead of time. You lived there 3 years, Jasmine. There were many times that Chris did not give you $553 to pay your rent. You told us yourself in that same January 2nd video that in November, Chris gave you money, 500, I think was the sum, and you said you had to give it back to him because he had to pay his car note. Jasmine, you need to hush.
But I'm just like, because they kept going. I told him, I was like, I keep going up on the rent. It's almost impossible for me to live. Like, it's impossible.
$553.
I'm about to say,
Passion
you
Lisa.
just said, spoke with my light company. Girl, they didn't give me no notice. They just popped up.
Ooh,
and he
Miss
was not like disrespectful. I swear to God, like he was real chill. You can tell like he doesn't, not with your light company. What are you talking about? Well then what are you talking about?
Hey, Nisha.
The one with whom
Hey,
I
Miss
wanted to
Chin.
start. Huh? He said, not with your light company, the one with whom I wanted to start. I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you actually texting the landlord or is it a troll? Because, girl, why is the landlord asking you about a light provider, a light company provider? Okay, that's odd. But anyway.
There is electricity provider and there is service provider. But what is he saying? He said there is electricity.
Right. There's an electricity provider, which is the company that you're getting your electricity from. Then there's a provider who provides the electric company that you would use the service to provide to you. I don't understand why he needs to know that. He just needs to switch the lights on in his name. Now, Pure Area just told us in Georgetown, where Jasmine was living, they have one provider. So what's with the questions?
Electricity provider and there is a service provider.
Hey, Miss Taylor.
Yeah. Who maintains the meter and billing, etc. They are the one who switches the service on. They have put it on hold on it. I've never had a hold on anything. Provides the electricity and owns the meter. The service provider is who bills you.
Hey, Trinise. You said she over there texting herself?
Oh, wait, let me see. The electric provider provides the electricity. I don't know. It's a smart meter.
What? Hi. Bump this texting. At this point, why you just don't tell the landlord to call you? Because you're not understanding what he's communicating to you in these alleged text messages. At this point, I'd have picked up the phone. Homie, what you saying? Because I don't understand what you're talking about. Explain to me. I wouldn't keep texting if I'm having trouble understanding the communication. I would just call you. Pick up the phone, Tyrone.
That's all I know. Because they can see it and they'll be like, oh, it's a smart meter. They can just turn it on. That's all I know. That's the light company. I gave him the light company. And he said no.
Right, Passion Lisa. If she really want her
Why
deposit
he is
back,
contacting you and your electric bill after you moved out if your electric wasn't included in the rent. It's not. And my electricity, Legend, get from under there before you hurt yourself. It's over here.
Mommy,
Marika.
They won't allow anyone to open a new account for that address.
Mommy.
That's true, Sonia. I don't understand why the landlord is communicating back and forth with her about the lights. Can't he get the lights on his...
Well, if there's a debt, then it's from no, because I only had one. I told him what it was, but it's a smart meter. That's what it said.
Your smart meter is a smart meter just means they don't have to do the old school way and come out to the house and disconnect your electricity. A smart meter is saying they can turn on and turn off from the office. That's the only thing the smart meter means. It has no other meaning other than that. They can turn on and turn off your service from the electric provider's office versus the old school way where they had to literally come out to the property and turn it on or turn it off. So why does she keep mentioning smart meter? I don't understand this.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Nothing.
Shit. I mean, I don't know what to tell him. My light bill ain't due to the end of this month.
Right, J-Day?
I don't know what to tell him. I just paid my light bill. I just paid it over here. It was due today.
Right,
I just paid it.
Yeah.
And that was my the end of my bridge payment, whatever it's called. Legend, get from under there.
Oh Lord, sunshine. Oh well.
If that was a balance, they wouldn't allow transfer. That's smart, Michaela. She said if there was a balance, they wouldn't allow transfer. I transferred, but my bill wasn't due until today, and I paid it today. So it just doesn't make sense. I was already transferred. It's been transferred. When did I turn the lights on? I turned lights on a while ago.
Now, go on and tell us when you turn them lights on, sis, because then that'll tell us when you secured that house. You notice how she caught herself, right? Because if she would have said, I turned my lights on back on the 25th of July, it would have just further proved that you already had a place to live. And here's the thing. I'm just going to keep saying this. I said this in my live 2 days ago. When did moving become tea? Why is moving such a salacious drama? You just moved, sis. You moved. But Jasmine likes this. She likes the drama. She thinks this garners tons and tons of views for her. And all it does is causes her more and more grief. Sis, you moved. I'm moving, y'all. I need to find me a place I can afford. And left the conversation. All the people trolling me, people trolling my landlord. Blah, blah, blah. You didn't have to say any of that. Child, I'm moving because I can't afford this rent. End of story.
A week before the first.
Every damn day, Miss TLD. Somebody moving right now as we speak. Right now as we speak, somebody then pulled up to the U-Haul, got their truck. Somebody pulled up the Penske, Ryder, Budget, or somebody got what is it called? My 3 men or 2 men in a truck or something. Some moving company has pulled up in front of somebody's house right now as we speak. People move every damn day of the year. Jasmine moved, and it's I don't know, a 6-month series. Just like back to school used to be. Y'all remember Jasmine? Back to school would be 3 months long. We would be in October, and she was still showing us lunch boxes in October. And the kids started school in August. Everything in her life is drama. Going back to school should not be drama. Christmas shopping should not be drama. A child's birthday should not be drama unless your channel name is My Jazzy Life.
Me. Yeah. Legend, stop. All right, I just said, can you suggest don't answer any more of his electric bill questions? Makes no sense. I asked to send the invoice, like someone said, why people have to pay deposits so that kind of situation won't happen. To verify any balance from the house you just moved from. But how would there be a balance at that house? And my lights are on over here. I've been transferred it. I transferred it. I had lights on in 2 locations. I turned it off over there. I want to say I turned it off over there. I scheduled for it to be off over there yesterday. I want to say it was
First
yesterday.
lady. I'm just saying.
Like yesterday was the last day.
Not the entire move was a scam.
He said he's trying to turn it on in his name. Oh, baby, he just said TXU Energy. I don't know, baby. I didn't have them.
Mommy.
Now that.
So, what'd you say, Sunshine? You said people have purchased 3 things off her registry. Well, hopefully she's appreciative. Child, did somebody scoop up the $80 trash can yet? Baby, I said about that last night. I laid in the bed. I said, not an $80 trash can. Now that's nasty work.
That makes no sense because my TXU Energy account was when me and Philip was together. Baby, yeah, there's a balance on that bad boy, but it wasn't at that location. That was years ago. Hey, get from under there.
She definitely is. Passion Lisa. Not a weed eater.
See that way before.
Go on, Jasmine. Get all you can get, girl.
At this house. Shit, how many years ago was that? I did try to get TXU, but they kept saying I had a balance. And I said I wasn't doing that. And that was years ago. Years.
Jasmine, why don't you pick up the phone and call this man? Now, y'all, I didn't get this far in the live. I don't know if she actually did pick up the phone. I'm sorry. If you're confused on what he's asking you, why don't you pick up the phone? The man is not American. He's I think he's Indian or something like that. So maybe the language barrier is a little different. We already know Jasmine's not the brightest light in the chandelier. At this point, I would just pick up the phone.
I think it's when I had Amaya. Amaya's 8. I'm gonna say 9 years ago.
She said they Russian? Oh.
Wait, no. It's here. Oh. Hey.
Y'all think wait, hold on. Did y'all think the lights was on in the landlord's name this whole time? But where would the bill go? Wouldn't the bill go to would the bill go to the landlord's address or her address? I understand the lights was on at the address that she lives at. But the bill to address, do y'all think the bill to address was her address or the landlord's address? So do y'all think that the landlord let her keep lights on in his name for 3 years? Well, he definitely didn't do that about the water, because we know Olivia told us her water got cut off. Jasmine confirmed that. So do y'all think the lights and the water was on in the landlord's name? I don't want to believe that. That's not a good business practice. Yeah, no. Because I'm pretty sure Jasmine definitely is the payment arrangement queen. You can't make payment arrangements in your bill is in somebody else's name unless the landlord allowed her to be added to the account to make like billing for billing questions. That's a possibility, because it sounds like the landlord, the husband, is much nicer than the wife. The wife was nice in the beginning, but towards the end, she didn't like Jasmine. So it sounds, especially with the landlord texting her back and forth, if we want to believe that's what's going on, he seems like he would be a little more lenient. And we know Jasmine, just like Jasmine could pull on the heartstrings of her supporters, you definitely can feel that she could do it. She's manipulative. She can manipulate this landlord. So do y'all think the lights were on in the landlord's name this whole time? Hence the reason why he's saying you got $1,000 light bill here and it's a hold on it? That could be a possibility. For real, Nell, thank you for the $1.99. This definitely is pure idiocracy. Good morning to you, sis. You think that's why the wife is pissed, Vaughn? Could be.
Yeah, he checked my credit. He ran my credit. He ran my background. That was recently when people kept saying I had a record. Me and Chris had a record. He ran my background. That's when he did all that stuff. But my TXU account, yeah, it was a balance. Because I remember I tried to get when I first moved into the house, I tried to get TXU. I didn't know. And I couldn't get it. And
you
so, because they said you're going to have to pay what's on the account. And I was like, what? Because I didn't really handle the bills. And so I didn't know. And that was around whenever we had a Maya.
That's what
and I said, oh, no, never mind. Let me look up some other ones. And I just started finding other ones. It was 2 of them that I didn't know. It was that one. And what was the other one? Because, baby, they turned my lights smooth off and said, because it was that one that they didn't even let me set it up the account. The other one, so, they actually let me set up the account, pay the first, what is it called, y'all? The first bill. And then they hit me with you owe $600.
That could be true.
From a previous account. I said, from what account? I've never had y'all. And this is when I go back and I say this to a lot of women out there, young women. We need to be mindful. No, the freak, you're not. Get from over here. We need to be mindful of things. We need to be mindful of things that you are putting in your name when you're in a relationship. Even though the man takes care of stuff, you need to be mindful of things that are in your name. I wasn't aware of stuff.
Jasmine, how can you preach that to the young women of this generation when you just recently put a whole truck in your name? And had that man not left you, you would have still been with the program. Matter of fact, that man left you and took the truck with him in your name. Jasmine, you put up the down deposit, the down payment for the truck. Jasmine, nobody's listening to you. Hell, you don't even listen to yourself. Hush.
It's like, he's paying the bills, whatever. Put it in my name because, I know he had a record. And look where I'm at now. See? Shit like this. And they turn my lights off. I'm over here thinking I'm good on my payment. I felt good. They turned them off. That was the only other one. And that's it. Other than that, I never had problems. And like I said, I think I told y'all about that too. Because I asked him, could he pay at least half of it? Because I had just got them on and I already paid them my first bill. And that was, he was like, no. I'm like, we was together, man. You could at least help me get this situated. He trying to get you to pay electricity. He is the landlord. Why he keep contacting you, baby? I don't know. I'm not paying nothing. I'm not paying nothing. I already told him that. I told him that when he asked me for the rent. I said I'm not paying nothing. You asked me to leave, baby. No. You said leave. I did just that.
Miss Riri, thank you so much for the Cash App, the $25 Cash App, sis. I appreciate you. Best commentary. Thank you so much, sis. Thank you for being a part of the break room.
No, this is not my new landlord. My light bill, my lights, everything is fine where I'm at. This is the old one.
Hi.
Transfer. Some places have to have zero balance or there is a transfer amount. I've been renting since I was 18 and never had these issues you mentioned. Baby, I've never had it either. Like I transferred, I didn't have.
Jasmine, you've had all type of issues. It's been, I mean, hell, you finagled your way into this house. You needed your mama and your grandma to move into those apartments. You've always had issues. You managed to get around them and still get what you need, but moving is always a task and a chore for you. That's why I don't understand. After all these years, you're still blaming Philip for putting stuff in your name instead of just cleaning up your credit when you had the money to do so. The fact that you're still living life with finagling your way through it instead of just paying for what you owe, again, not taking accountability for her past poor judgment. Okay, because let's be honest, let's be real. There are times that we've made bad decisions in our life, right? And we had to reap the consequences of it. However, most of us, or the majority of us, when we reap those consequences, when we are able to rectify it, we do so, right? Even if it takes 5 years, we get it done, right? It's the fact that Jasmine has been away, her and Philip haven't been together in years, and years later, you're still talking about the past decisions you made of dealing with Philip. And Philip has moved on to a whole nother woman. They over there living life. They got gas on in their name, lights on in their name, cars, like Jasmine. It's the fact that you're sitting on this internet talking about your baby daddy that you haven't been with in well over 5 years, about how he effed up your credit 10 years ago.
No problem. I transferred. They had me do, you know, you gotta do the ID verification stuff. They had me do that. They had me give them my what else did they have me do? They had me give them, stop messing with my tripod. I'm just scared. They had me giving them all my information and schedule. It was like, so when do you, I waited to get the lights off over there so I can make sure I could see cleaning up. I wasn't gonna clean up. I wasn't. But then I was like, let me just clean up. Because it was trifling. It was stuff. The kids had stuff everywhere. Clearly my lights are on. Y'all see that, right? The kids had stuff everywhere.
Say something to you guys by saying it's charged off. That could be a possibility, but what y'all have to understand is they can sell your debt to another debt collector. If they sell your debt, which that's what these credit collectors do, if they sell your debt to another debt collector, it still will remain on your credit under the new debt collector's name. So if essentially some of it will be charged off or fall off, but if they keep selling your debt, it keeps it very relevant on your credit report.
There was water bottles, and I was like, let me clean up. I even took time and mopped. I carpet cleaned as much as I can because I didn't have a lot of solution left. And he was like, I don't know what this is. If it's, did your kids pee on the floor or what they spilled? I was like, milk? Milk and juice? That's what you see in my goddamn room. Milk and juice. I can't help the fact that
Not he asked, did the kids pee on the floor? Yeah, yeah, because Legend's not potty trained. I can see him pissing on the floor like Bentley. But was he aware that you have a dog? I'm pretty sure if when he stepped on the property, Bentley barked because that's a scent he's not very familiar with. So I'm sure he knew you had a dog, and we know Bentley little ass was pissing all over that damn apartment, or excuse me, that damn house. So it's not just a simple carpet clean, Jasmine, because milk stains, juice stains, urine stains seeps into the padding. So it's potentially possible that he would have to pull up the whole carpet and padding. Jasmine, you probably had bed bugs over there. Ain't no telling what your butt had going on over there. So the landlord wants to be 100% secure and sure that his new tenants don't have any issues. If he has to pull up all that carpet and put on new padding, baby, that's not cheap.
That I have kids. I said my carpet cleaner was good, but I mean I feel like I needed one of them store carpet cleaners or whatever to pay her deposit back. Oh wait, hold on, let me read the rest. The landlord was hoping you made a total mess of the property so he would have to pay. He keeps trying to send me little things, like he's zooming into stuff. Like the fact that you sent me the sink stopper thing and zoom, because it was on the counter. I wanted to make sure that everything was still there. So I left it there. But I put in, there's a new stopper in the sink, right? There's a new one in the sink. I left that there too. And so I took pictures of that. He took.
Jasmine, having children is not a valid excuse to have a nasty home. Now, we do understand wear and tear. Everybody in this chat will agree that you will have normal wear and tear. Hands down. But when they walked in that house and it smelled atrocious, it smelled like an animal lived up in it, that's probably where they had the problem, Jasmine. But of course, you're not going to tell us that.
The pictures of the garage. Look, this is what I did. And I have no shame in my game. Get out of my closets. I made sure, because the trash, she said, don't sit nothing outside. And it only runs on one day. I told him, okay, well, you can take it out. I said, but I'm going to clean out the house. I put the bags in the garage. I organized it on the side of the thing. I made sure it looked presentable to get in there.
Wait, hold on. You left trash in the hot ass Texas garage? Wait, hold on. You left trash in the garage? Why didn't you put the trash in the receptacle and then push it to the curb? So when the garbage man came once a week, they could pick it. You left it in the hot ass 100+ degree. Oh my God. Oh my God. And Jasmine, you feel like because you stacked it real nice and neat, that was acceptable? She didn't change the filter, First Lady. Jasmine, you left trash in the garage instead of just putting it in the trash receptacle and pushing it out to the corner out in front of the house on the corner or on the curb. And you're wondering why the landlord is vigorously texting you. And then you're so calm and cool, collected because it ain't your problem. But yet you're demanding or requesting a vast majority of your security deposit. And he's going to have to hire somebody to come over there and clean out that house because you left tons and tons of trash. And you damage carpet. You got holes in walls. They definitely got to paint. They can't just paint in one area. They have to paint the whole entire wall so it can look presentable. Your cabinets were yellow because you probably were using all different type of chemicals on the cabinets and discolored the cabinetry. You messed up doorknobs and door jambs. And you're on this internet asking for a security deposit back. Ma'am, you're a nightmare.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, I mean, I'm not, he was like, well, you need to hire somebody. He said, get a family or get, no, this is his wife at this point. He was like, get a family or friend or somebody to hire somebody. You got to hire somebody money. I've been there for 3 years, almost 4. I think almost 4. Because we're in 2004. I moved in 2001. Yeah, almost 4 years. All that from carpet walls. He's trying, and that's why I said I'm glad I found the deposit receipts. I just brought them in the house too. That the fact that he said the door gonna cost $500, I said you're out of your rabbit ass mind. That's why I was saying to myself, 500.
Jasmine, you have to remember, he wants to put the door back up there, a replica of the door that was up there. He's just not going to go to Lowe's or Home Depot and get a $200 door. He's going to get the door that was originally up there, if they still make that make and model. So it could cost that much because, again, he has to pay somebody to hang the door. He has to pay somebody to take the door off. He got to pay somebody to put the door on. Construction in a home, Jasmine, if you want. Again, Jasmine, this is a newer home. This is not no bando. Although you treated it like it was a bando, this is not a bando, Jasmine. Oh, my God. They will never rent to people that look like you ever again. Black folks is probably off the list for them. See what I'm saying? This one black woman could potentially make this owner feel like all black folks act like her, when all black people don't act like her. All single moms with multiple children don't go in and tear up houses and apartments. Now, there are a lot that do, but then there are a lot that don't.
Have I been to the gym? Yeah, I went yesterday. Sick and all. I say sick. Allergies are really bad. I need to go get some medicine.
You're right. They gave her a chance and he messed it up. The reality is, just like it was hard for Jasmine to find a place, there are other people in her same predicament. And instead of Jasmine thinking about, damn, I know how hard it is for me to find a place, I don't want to mess it up for, again, you got to remember, y'all, she's the influencer, or supposed to be an influencer. What are you influencing? Chaos and confusion? Your whole life is a big old ball of chaos and confusion. Jasmine, you're a bad representation of what I would say single mom content creator. You're a bad representation because there are a lot of single moms on this internet that don't cut up like you do, and Sky and Chrissy, and yeah, there's a lot that don't cut up like y'all. And here's the thing, y'all. I'm not saying that Jasmine needs to be perfect. But you would think after all these years that Jasmine has been living on her own, renting apartments and houses, you would have thought by now she would have gotten this together. The fact, again, I'm just going to say this. The fact that these people rented this house to her and she was allowed to move into a house. Again, Jasmine said this was the first house she's ever lived in. And and for the first house, she landed a very nice house. Very nice house. 4-bedroom, big old backyard, nice size front yard, nice community, decent school system. She got all of that by renting, not homeowning, but renting. And you thank those people by tearing up their house, leaving trash in it, and then gaslighting them after the fact? Bye, Jasmine. Thank you so much for the super chat, you guys. And thank you so much for everybody who left um I'm sorry, for the Cash App. And thank you everyone who left a super chat. Again, you guys, thank you so much for allowing me to have this conversation with you guys. At the end of the day, y'all, Jasmine's behavior is horrible. I don't care how you phrase it, how you put it. Her behavior is horrible. Being her age, she should not still be living life like this, you know. Jasmine is the epitome of somebody who will never buy a home. She will always rent. Okay. She has no desire of home ownership. She's like Gina Janine in a way. She has no desire to invest in anything long term for her children. She's like a nomad. She's just just walking through life and just living life day by day when you have 5 kids. But you know what? She's not concerned with that because as long as Philip is breathing, he'll handle those 4 oldest. She'll definitely handle what she only wants to handle is Legend. Acting like he's the only child in that home. We know the school is getting ready to start. And as you can tell in this live stream, the 4 oldest were not there. Again, Jasmine's asking for a bed in a bag Hello Kitty comforter sets for her children and fancy $80 rugs for their bedrooms when they're barely going to be there. Now, not saying because they're not going to barely be there, they shouldn't have a nice bedroom for when they do come. What I'm saying is her as the mother, Philip as the father, Chris as the father should supply those nice things for their children to sleep comfortably. I don't agree with the fact that the internet should make sure her children sleep comfortably when they're her children. And let's be honest, for the people who will buy off the registry, we're just going to assume that those persons are living comfortably. And the ones who are not cannot buy off Jasmine registry because they trying to figure out how they gonna live. Okay. The saga will definitely continue with Jasmine. I would really like to know if she truly gets any of that deposit back. At this point, she shouldn't get a dime back. She caused a lot of anguish to those owners of that home while she was living there. All her drama, she's calling them about internet drama. She's calling them about the house getting tore up. Chris gets mad and goes through the house and tears it up, put holes in walls and hot wax all over the walls. And then she's wondering why cabinets look yellow. Well, I would just assume the wax from candles could probably cause that too, Jasmine. Just a mess. And then her dog is out there digging up holes in the backyard like he's some type of combat soldier, like he's like the dog is going to war and he's building, I don't know, sinkholes in the backyard and the lawn not being cut regularly and just a mess. Then she moves to the new house acting as if, she's hit pay dirt. And I guarantee you within 3 months, we'll have a story with the new landlord. You guys have a good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, and a great weekend. And TMR is definitely going to see you in the next one, honey. Remember, sub what you love. Bye.